I switched my shot location and I immediately started losing weight. So, was it the site location? Was it a coincidence? Or was there science behind that choice? In this video, we're going to find out if your shot location really matters. We're going to talk about the common side effects that no one else is talking about. And we're going to talk about some injection mistakes that you should avoid. The shot in question is Mounjaro. So to use this particular shot, what you would do is you would twist it to the green unlock. You'd pull the bottom off of it and you would press on with the purple key there. This particular shot is approved for 3 locations. It's going to be the back of the arms, around the stomach, and the top part of the thigh. So let's get into the reason why you are here. Does the shot location really matter? Let me tell you my story. So I, in fact, had a stall that lasts almost 2 months. And I just was recycling the same pounds. I would gain them, lose them, gain them, lose them, gain them, lose them. I did some research in some forums regarding the GLP-1 medications, and people were saying to rotate your shots. So I did that. And when I did, I immediately saw results. I was constantly using the bottom half of my stomach because I don't like pain. And I just was going left to right, left to right, left to right. I still did it in my stomach, but everyone in the forum was talking about the upper part of the stomach. I did that, immediately changed. So, was that due to science? Is that how the shot actually works? Let's get into it. Here's some reasons why the shot may work better in different places. The stomach in particular, it has faster absorption. You feel the needle less. That's why I was using the same spot over, because that's where I had most of my fat, so that you feel the needle less. And because it has faster absorption, you may seem to feel the effects of the medicine faster. However, because you're directly right into the stomach or to the abdomen, then some people may find that the side effects will be faster, nausea, acid reflux, things like that, because you're directly putting the shot there. So that's something to think about. Now, when doing the leg, it's reported that that spot is a little bit denser. So you may feel the needle a little bit more than you will in the stomach. But because it's further away from the stomach and has to travel, people report less side effects in using the leg. It gives them more peace throughout the week because it takes time to travel, up into the stomach. And again, the medicine works on slowing the stomach down. So people report better experiences with the thigh. And the arm is reported in between, but you could possibly feel the needle more than in the stomach, depending on how much fat you have in your arm. If you've got a lot of it, then maybe you don't feel it. But if there's not a lot there in your arms, then you could possibly feel the needle more. The absorption for the arm falls in between the stomach and the thigh. So you'd have, in order of less side effects, would be the thigh, then the arm, then the stomach. Many users report a better appetite suppressant when using the stomach. So the question is, which site works better and which site provides the best weight loss? Well, from a medical perspective, I bet you're surprised to hear they are supposed to all equally work the same. Does that mean that that is the case? Well, there are many, many forums that are out there where people are explaining when they rotate the location that they are seeing different results. It happened to me. I am not a doctor, nor am I saying that this is medical advice. The medical journals strictly say that it works the same everywhere. So I'm personally speaking from the research and forums and for myself. One of the reasons why I think it may give the illusion of working better in different places is if you're using the same area like I was, you could possibly get scar tissue. So putting it in the same area, maybe your body gets relaxed and it just keeps doing the same thing. I'm not sure. But even though scientifically speaking or medically speaking, they say that that's not the case, you constantly hear different forums and different people saying the complete opposite. And why is that? Well, it could be absorption speed, body composition, maybe more fat in one area, or maybe muscle more lean, maybe possible inflammation, maybe someone has a disorder or something, some other illness that makes the shot work in different ways, your diet, your exercise, the placebo effect. All of these things can contribute to the effect that you have by putting the shot in one place and another, but the recommendation is to continue to switch between sites. Right, now I'm going to talk about some of the side effects that happen with the shot that no one is talking about. And I know for me, I panic in each case. One of the things that happens with the shot, you may end up getting a raised rash or red bumps. And that happened to me, and I was just like, what is this? Kind of going to show some pictures here. But that is a normal part of the shot process. Some people get a tiny bump. Some people get, a huge bump. I've seen where people, like if they're doing it on their arm, it could cover a large part of their arm. But all of that is just a reaction to the shot going into the body. And it's normal per se. But if it does persist, it's something that you may want to check with your healthcare provider about, because everyone's reaction is going to be different. But seeing a raised area or a rash or a bump typically is something that happens with the shot. If the bump has pain, or you get a fever with it, or some other strange occurrence with it, if you find that you're having difficulty breathing, or it's just really getting bigger, or it just spreads all over the place, or you're having some sign of a true allergic reaction, then you should check with your healthcare provider. Some people see bruising, and that could happen from the burst of blood vessels. And it typically could happen with people, maybe if you're on a blood thinner or something like that, or if you bruise easily. For the most part, that is a common response. But again, I'm going to lead you back to your healthcare provider. If it's something that's unusual for you, they definitely want to get it checked out. Last side effect I wanted to talk about was when you do the shot, sometimes there may be a little medicine that comes out of the top, a little clear, it'll be on top of the skin. That doesn't mean that the medicine didn't go in. Sometimes that just happens. When I saw that, it kind of tripped me out, like, oh no, the medicine is not in there. But for some reason, depending on the angle or how you put the shot there, sometimes you can finish with it and it be a little bit of residue there. Just wipe it off, clean it off with alcohol, and just keep it going. It's not a tremendous thing to be worried about. Just happens sometimes. All right, here's some frequently asked questions. Which site is the best site for nausea? It's going to be your thigh, because again, it's further from your stomach and it's more dense. What's the best site? Well, according to medical evidence, all sites are equal. So my recommendation for that would be whatever you choose. If you have a location that you feel is better than others, then that is going to be the best site, especially if it's giving you some results. That's the best site. What site is least painful? For me, that's going to be the bottom half of my stomach. It just depends on your pain tolerance. The place I like the least was my thigh. I can just really feel the needle. It seems like I can hear the needle going into my thigh. But some people may not have an issue with that. I assume because I have more dense tissue on my thighs, that's why. But it's really going to be, each person is different. So it may hurt on your thigh, but not your stomach. It may hurt your stomach, but not your thigh. No concrete answer to that. It's just really how you and your body feel. Best place for weight loss. As we spoke before, according to medical evidence, there's not necessarily a place, but through research in different forums, you find that people are having different experiences by switching it up. So the answer to that will be whatever works for you. All right, now it's time for the biggest mistakes that we want to just have you not make. So the first one is, yes, I'm going to say it even though I just got done saying something else, is not rotating your shot. The reason why, if you use the same area, you could build up scar tissue. You could build up bruising because you're constantly doing the same place over and over and over. And you can also cause skin irritation. that could make future injections more uncomfortable. Again, bruising, rashes, just the recommendation is to move it around. Other mistakes we want you to avoid when using the shot is make sure that you take your shot every week at the appropriate time. So if you take them in the morning, make sure you take it in the morning every week. Don't skip a dose. Take the dose as your doctor recommends. Also, too, to prepare for taking the shot, make sure you drink enough water and that you have enough protein. Because what happens when you are not, I don't want to use the word full, but if you don't have enough protein and you're not hydrated, you'll be extremely tired on the shot, which in turn reduces your output for your energy and just can really mess up your entire day. So make sure you're hydrated. Make sure that you're eating prior to taking your shot and that you have enough protein so that the shot will have everything it needs in order to work. All right, so there we are, shot 101. We know that people feel like the shot works in different places. How about you? Do you have experience rotating your shot and getting some results? Did you find anything in this video that you didn't know about? Maybe about the bruising or possibly the little liquid that comes out on the back of the shot? Tell me about it. When those things happened to you, were you surprised? I was. Drop me some information in the comments. I read all of the comments. It helps me decide what to do next. And last but least, I certainly appreciate you being here. If you found this information valuable in any way, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and come back. I will be posting videos every Sunday. Let me know what you're interested in. Thanks for being here. Again, my name is Zuri, and I will see you in the next video.